The power of emotional mastery. Hey, what's up, everyone? Have you ever had one of those moments where someone's words or actions just completely threw you off? Maybe it was a snarky comment, a thoughtless move, or even just life throwing a curveball your way. It's so easy to let those moments mess with your vibe, right? But here's the thing, no one has the power to control how you feel unless you give it to them. Imagine this. Going through your day with such unshakable calm that nothing, and I mean nothing, can rattle you. That's not some far-off dream. It's emotional mastery, and it's totally within your reach. In today's video, we're diving into 10 game-changing lessons to help you stop reacting on impulse, let go of frustration, and take charge of your emotions. These aren't about bottling up your feelings or pretending you don't care. They're about building the mental strength to handle life's ups and downs with confidence and clarity. Whether it's brushing off criticism, setting boundaries, or letting go of grudges, you're about to learn practical tools to protect your peace and stay in control, no matter what. By the end of this video, you'll have a toolbox of strategies to stay unbothered, even in the toughest situations. So, if you're ready to unlock the secret to emotional freedom and live a life where no one else calls the shots on your mood, let's jump in. Your journey to mastering your emotions starts right now. Lesson 1. Your reactions are your choice. Alright, let's kick things off with the first lesson. Your reactions are your choice. Picture this, you're having a great day, maybe chilling with a coffee or out for a walk, when someone says something rude or totally thoughtless. Suddenly, your good mood vanishes, and you're left fuming, thinking, why did they have to ruin my day? But here's the real talk. They didn't ruin your day, you did. Your emotions, they're your responsibility, not anyone else's. Nobody has the power to make you feel anything unless you let them. Think of it like this. Life is like a noisy city street, full of honking cars and loud chatter. But if you're wearing noise-canceling headphones, that chaos doesn't get to you. You hear it, sure, but it doesn't shake you. Mastering your reactions works the same way. You don't have to let someone else's behavior mess with your inner peace. There's this great quote that sums it up. Between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom. Let's make it real. Say a coworker shoots down your idea in a meeting. Your first instinct might be to snap back or spend the whole day stewing over it. Instead, try this. Take a deep breath and pause. Ask yourself, is this about me, or is it just their stress talking? By reframing it, you take away its power over you. Here's a quick 3-step strategy to practice this mindset. 1. Pause and name the emotion. When something triggers you, stop and label what you're feeling. Anger, hurt, frustration. Naming it helps you break the knee-jerk reaction cycle. 2. Reflect on the why. Is this feeling coming from what happened, or is it how you're interpreting it? 3. Choose your response. Decide how you want to act based on what aligns with your values and keeps your peace intact, not just what feels good in the moment. Imagine the freedom of moving through life where a rude comment, a thoughtless action, or a minor inconvenience just slides off you. The next time someone pushes your buttons, remind yourself, their behavior doesn't define me, my reaction does. By choosing calm, you're not just mastering your emotions, you're claiming true freedom. Lesson 2. Stop expecting others to act like you. Alright, lesson 2. Stop expecting people to behave the way you would. Have you ever been let down by someone who didn't show up when you needed them? Maybe a friend bailed on plans, or a coworker didn't pull their weight, and you're left thinking, I'd never do that to them. Here's the hard truth. Expecting others to think, act, or respond like you is like trying to control the weather. It's not going to happen, and it just leaves you frustrated. Everyone's walking their own path, shaped by their own experiences, values, and priorities. When someone does something that annoys or hurts you, it's usually not about you. It's about them. Trying to make them act the way you want is a recipe for disappointment. Instead, focus on accepting people as they are. For example, say a coworker keeps interrupting you in meetings. You could let it eat you up, or you can recognize that's just how they operate. It's not personal. By letting go of the expectation that they'll change, you free yourself from that emotional weight. There's a saying that nails this. Expectations are the root of all suffering. The less you expect others to act like you, the more you protect your peace. Here's a quick exercise to try. 1. Spot your assumptions. When someone upsets you, ask yourself, what was I expecting them to do? 2. Challenge that expectation. Is it realistic to think they'd act exactly like you? Probably not. 3. Shift your focus. Instead of trying to change their behavior, focus on how you can respond in a way that keeps you calm and centered. Think about how freeing this is. The rude stranger, the flaky friend, the inconsiderate coworker. They don't get to disrupt your vibe unless you let them. When you stop expecting others to meet your standards, you take back control. The next time someone lets you down, pause and remind yourself, they're acting from their reality, not mine, and I get to choose how I respond. By letting go of those expectations, you're not just protecting your peace, you're reclaiming your power. Lesson 3. Let go of the need to be right. Moving on to lesson 3. Let go of the need to always be right. We've all been there, caught in an argument, maybe over something small like the best way to get somewhere, or something bigger like a disagreement with a friend or partner. The conversation heats up, and you feel this burning need to prove your point, to show you're right. But let's be real. That urge to win is exhausting, and it's usually not worth it. The need to be right often comes from a place of insecurity, like being wrong somehow makes you less. But what if you could let that go? What if you approached disagreements with curiosity instead of defensiveness? There's a great question to ask yourself. Would I rather be right, or would I rather be at peace? Most of the time, clinging to being right just creates tension and wrecks your calm. Here's an example. Say a friend insists their way of doing something is better than yours. Instead of getting into a heated debate, you could say, I hear you and I respect your take. That doesn't mean you agree. It just means you're choosing peace over pride. The philosopher Lao Tzu said it best. He who is attached to his views will never grow. Letting go of the need to be right doesn't mean giving up your values. It means knowing when to engage and when to let it slide. Here's how to practice this mindset. 1. Pause before you argue. When you feel that urge to prove your point, take a deep breath and ask, is this worth my energy? 2. Seek to understand. Instead of trying to win, ask questions to get where the other person's coming from. It can defuse the tension fast. 3. Pick your battles. Save your energy for disagreements that actually matter, ones tied to your core values or big outcomes. Over time, you'll notice how much lighter you feel when you stop fighting to be right. Arguments stop draining you because you've chosen peace over ego. The next time you're tempted to dive into a debate, pause and ask yourself, will being right make me happy, or will staying calm? That shift is where your true strength lies. Lesson 4. Don't let others' words define your worth. All right, let's dive into lesson 4. Stop letting other people's words define your worth. Picture this, you're super excited about an idea you've been working on, maybe a project or something creative, and you share it with someone. Then, boom, they hit you with a dismissive comment or a harsh critique. Suddenly, that confidence you had is gone and you're questioning yourself. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. Your worth isn't tied to what anyone else says about you. Not their praise, not their criticism, not their judgments. When you let someone else's words define how you see yourself, you're handing them the keys to your emotions. Emotional freedom is about taking those keys back. Let's break it down with an example. Say a colleague tears into your work, and it feels personal, like they're attacking you. Your first instinct might be to defend yourself or let it ruin your day. But what if you paused and thought, their words are about their perspective, not my value. By separating their opinion from your worth, you keep your peace intact. Marcus Aurelius nailed this one. We all love ourselves more than others, but care more about their opinions than our own. Isn't that wild? We give so much power to what others think, but your worth? It's intrinsic, it doesn't need anyone's approval. Here's a practical way to handle this. 1. Pause before reacting. When someone's words sting, take a second to breathe. That pause helps you respond thoughtfully instead of emotionally. 2. Separate fact from opinion. Ask yourself, Is there truth in what they're saying that I can learn from? Or is this just their perspective? Focus on what helps you grow and let the rest go. 3. Reaffirm your worth. Remind yourself that your value doesn't depend on anyone's validation. It's yours, period. Lao Tzu said, "Care about what others think, and you'll always be their prisoner." Letting go of the need for approval doesn't mean you ignore feedback. It means you filter out what doesn't serve you. The next time someone's words shake you, pause and ask, am I letting this define me, or can I focus on what I know is true about myself? That's where your power lies. When you stop letting others' words shape your worth, you create space for confidence, authenticity, and peace. And that's a vibe no one can take from you. Lesson 5. Protect your energy with boundaries. Moving on to Lesson 5. Protect your energy by setting boundaries. Imagine this scenario. A friend calls you in the middle of a hectic day, asking for help with something they could probably handle themselves. Or maybe a coworker drops a last-minute task on you, assuming you'll just say yes. You feel that pressure to agree, but deep down you're frustrated because it's eating into your time. Why is it so hard to say no? Here's the deal. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're essential. Without them, you're letting others dictate your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Saying yes to everyone else often means saying no to yourself. Think of it like this: your energy is like a cup of water. If you keep pouring it out for others without refilling it, you'll end up empty. Boundaries are how you protect that cup so you can keep showing up as your best self. A great reminder is, you can't pour from an empty cup. Setting boundaries isn't about shutting people out. It's about respecting yourself and teaching others to do the same. Here's an example. Let's say your friend keeps texting you late at night for advice, and it's draining you. Instead of silently resenting them, you could say, "I really care about you, but I need evenings to recharge. Let's catch up tomorrow." It's kind, clear, and protects your peace without hurting the relationship. Epictetus put it perfectly: freedom is the ability to live as we wish. Boundaries let you choose where your energy goes, so you're not stretched thin by everyone else's demands. Here's how to set boundaries like a pro. 1. Be clear and honest. Communicate your limits calmly and directly. People respect boundaries when they understand them. 2. Use I statements. Say something like, "I need some quiet time after work," instead of, "You're always bothering me." Keeps things about your needs, not their faults. 3. Stick to your boundaries. Once you set a limit, follow through. Consistency shows you're serious about protecting your space. Lao Tzu said, "He who knows when to stop does not find himself in trouble." Boundaries aren't walls. They're bridges to healthier relationships. The next time you feel overwhelmed or taken for granted, ask yourself, have I set clear boundaries? Am I honoring my own needs? By saying no to what drains you, you're saying yes to your peace, your time, and your well-being. And trust me, when you prioritize yourself, you bring your best to the world. Lesson 6. Detach from the opinions of others. All right, let's talk about Lesson 6. Detaching from the opinions of others. Imagine you share something you're proud of, a new project, a post online, whatever, and instead of the support you hoped for, you get criticism or just a shrug. That sting of disappointment can hit hard and make you second-guess yourself. But here's the question. Why do their opinions carry so much weight? We're wired to seek approval, but letting other people's thoughts define your worth is like chasing a moving target. You'll never catch it. True emotional freedom comes when you stop caring so much about what others think. Think about it like this. Everyone sees the world through their own lens, shaped by their experiences, biases, and even their bad days. When someone criticizes you, it often says more about them than it does about you. By internalizing their words, you're giving them control over your emotions. Stop that. Your worth isn't up for debate. It's yours, no matter what anyone says. Epictetus said it best. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Sounds intense, but it's freeing. Growth means doing what feels right for you, even if others don't get it. Here's a real-world example. You wear an outfit you love, and a coworker says, "That's an interesting choice." You could let that comment kill your vibe, or you could think, Their opinion doesn't change how I feel about this. By detaching, you stay true to yourself. Here's how to practice this. 1. Question their importance. When someone's opinion bothers you, ask, why does this matter to me? Do they have authority over my life? 2. Reaffirm your values. Focus on what you care about, not what others expect. Stay grounded in your goals and principles. 3. Let it go. Picture their words like leaves floating down a stream. There for a moment, then gone. Don't hold on to them. Lao Tzu said, care about people's approval, and you'll be their prisoner. Detaching doesn't mean you stop valuing feedback. It means you stop letting pointless judgment weigh you down. The next time someone's opinion shakes you, pause and ask, am I living for them or for me? By choosing yourself, you protect your peace and build a life that's authentically yours. That's the kind of freedom that no one can touch. Lesson 7. Respond with silence, not anger. All right, let's jump into Lesson 7. Respond with silence, not anger. Picture this. You're in a heated moment. Maybe someone says something hurtful or straight up tries to get under your skin. Your heart's racing, your face feels hot, and you're ready to clap back with something sharp. We've all been there. But what if, instead of firing back, you just stayed silent? Silence isn't about backing down or being weak. It's one of the most powerful ways to stay in control and protect your peace. Here's why silence works. When someone's trying to provoke you, they're often looking for a reaction. By staying quiet, you're not giving them the fuel they want. You're saying, your words don't get to control me. There's this great piece of wisdom. The less you respond to negativity, the more peaceful your life becomes. Silence isn't just the absence of words. It's a choice to rise above the noise. Let's make it real. Imagine a coworker throws shade at you in a meeting, maybe trying to make you look bad. You've got two options. Jump into a back and forth that escalates the drama, or pause and stay silent. By choosing silence, you keep your cool and show everyone who's really in charge of the moment. Marcus Aurelius said it perfectly. The best answer to anger is silence. Anger wants to keep burning, and silence starves it out. Here's how to make silence your go-to move. 1. Pause before reacting. When someone's words hit a nerve, take a deep breath. That pause gives you space to think clearly. 2. Listen without defending. Sometimes people just need to vent. Let them talk without feeling like you have to jump in or justify yourself. 3. Speak only when it matters. If you need to respond, keep it calm, short, and to the point. Less is more. There's a Buddhist saying that sums it up. Speak only if it improves upon the silence. Silence doesn't mean you're ignoring the issue. It means you're choosing when and how to engage. It saves you from saying things you'll regret and keeps your energy focused on what matters. The next time someone tries to pull you into their negativity, ask yourself, will responding make this better, or will it just drag me down? Choose silence, and you'll feel the strength of staying calm. It's not just a response. It's a power move that says, my peace is worth more than this fight. Lesson 8. Use gratitude to dissolve anger. Let's move on to Lesson 8. Practice gratitude to dissolve anger. We all have those days where everything feels like it's going wrong. Your plans fall apart, someone's rude, and even the smallest things feel like a personal attack. Anger starts creeping in, and you're wondering, why is everything so hard? But here's a game changer. What if you flipped your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right? Gratitude is like a reset button for your mind. It can take you from fuming to calm in seconds. Here's the deal. You can't feel grateful and angry at the same time. Gratitude shifts your perspective and reminds you there's still good in your life, even when things feel heavy. For example, let's say you're stuck in traffic, late for something important. Instead of letting frustration take over, try this. Take a deep breath and think of 3 things you're thankful for. Maybe it's the fact that you've got a car, the opportunity you're heading to, or even just the song on the radio. Sounds simple, but it can completely change your vibe. Cicero said it best. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. It builds resilience and keeps you grounded. Here's how to make gratitude a habit. 1. Pause and reflect. When anger starts bubbling, Stop and ask, what's one thing I can be thankful for right now? 2. Keep a gratitude journal. At the end of each day, jot down 3 things that went well, no matter how small. It trains your brain to spot the positive. 3. Reframe challenges. When something frustrates you, think about what you can learn or how it could have been worse. Gratitude turns obstacles into opportunities. Let's say someone hits you with harsh criticism. Instead of letting it fuel your anger, you could think, I'm grateful for the chance to learn from this. Even if it wasn't said nicely, it doesn't excuse their behavior, it keeps you in control. The Buddha said, let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little, and if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick, and if we got sick, at least we didn't die, so let us all be thankful. Gratitude doesn't erase frustration. It helps you prioritize what lifts you up. The next time anger creeps in, pause and ask, what can I be thankful for right now? You'll be amazed at how fast it brings you back to calm. Lesson 9. Reframe criticism as a tool for growth. Now let's talk about Lesson 9. Reframe criticism as a tool for growth. Imagine you've just shared something you're proud of, maybe a project at work or a post online, and someone comes in with harsh feedback. Your gut reaction? Defensiveness, maybe even a little anger. It's natural to feel attacked when your work's on the line. But what if you could flip that script and see criticism not as a jab but as a chance to get better? When you change how you view criticism, it stops being a source of stress and becomes a stepping stone. Here's the thing. Criticism, even when it's delivered poorly, can hold value if you're open to it. Can point out blind spots, challenge your ideas, or push you to level up. For example, say a colleague points out flaws in your presentation. You could brush them off, thinking they're just trying to undermine you, or you could ask, is there something here I can use to improve? By choosing the second option, you turn a negative moment into a growth opportunity. There's a great saying, criticism, like rain, should be gentle enough to nourish growth without destroying roots. Here's how to handle criticism with grace. 1. Pause before reacting. When feedback stings, take a moment to breathe so you don't respond out of emotion. 2. Evaluate the source. Is the person giving feedback trying to help? Or are they just venting? Do they know what they're talking about? 3. Find the lesson. Even if the criticism is harsh, ask, what can I learn from this? There's often a nugget of truth worth keeping. Let's take a personal example. Say a family member critiques your career choices. Instead of arguing, you could say, thanks for sharing your thoughts. I'll think it over. That gives you space to reflect without escalating things. Epictetus had a great take. If anyone tells you that a person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses but answer, he does not know my other faults, else he would not have mentioned only these. That's a reminder not to take criticism too personally. It's part of the journey to getting better. The next time criticism comes your way, pause and ask, what can I learn here? Is this about me? Or is it more about them? By seeing feedback as a tool, not a threat, you build resilience and confidence. Growth often comes from discomfort, and embracing criticism is how you unlock a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Lesson 10. Master the art of letting go. Alright, let's wrap up the core lessons with number 10. Master the art of letting go. Imagine you're holding onto a hot coal, waiting for the perfect moment to throw it at someone who wronged you. The longer you hold it, the more it burns you. Anger, grudges, and resentment work the same way. They hurt you way more than the person you're mad at. True strength isn't in clinging to that pain. It's in letting it go. Letting go doesn't mean pretending nothing happened or excusing bad behavior. It means freeing yourself from the emotional weight so you can focus on the present and move forward. Think about a time someone did you wrong. Maybe a friend betrayed you, a coworker stole credit for your work, or someone said something hurtful. How much time did you spend replaying that moment in your head, imagining what you'd say or do to get even? That mental loop is exhausting, and it keeps you stuck. The Buddha said it perfectly. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Letting go is the antidote. It's how you break free from the past and reclaim your peace. Here's an example. Say a colleague takes credit for your idea at work. You could let it eat you up, ruining your mood and focus for days, or you could let it go, knowing your worth isn't tied to one moment of recognition. By choosing to release it, you shift your energy to what matters, your growth, your goals, your peace. Lao Tzu put it beautifully. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. Letting go isn't just about dropping anger. It's about releasing perfectionism, fear, or the need to control everything. It's about embracing life as it is and finding freedom in that. Here's how to practice letting go. 1. Acknowledge your feelings. Don't bottle up the hurt or anger. Feel it without judgment. Recognizing it is the first step to releasing it. 2. Reframe the situation. Ask, what can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger because of it? 3. Focus on the present. Letting go is about choosing you over the past. Shift your attention to what you can control right now. Picture letting go like releasing a balloon. The longer you hold it, the more it weighs you down. But when you let it float away, you feel lighter, freer. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not be disturbed by what is outside your power. Let it go, and you will find peace." Letting go doesn't mean ignoring injustice. It means choosing where your energy goes. The next time you're holding on to anger or regret, pause and ask, is this worth my peace? What would life feel like if I let this go? That choice leads to emotional freedom, because true strength isn't in holding on. It's in knowing when to release. And when you do, you'll feel stronger than ever. Putting it all together, your path to emotional mastery. So, there you have it. 10 powerful lessons to help you master your emotions and stay unbothered, no matter what life throws at you. Let's do a quick recap. 1. Your reactions are your choice. You decide how to respond to life's challenges, not the other way around. 2. Stop expecting others to act like you. Let people be who they are and focus on your own peace. 3. Let go of the need to be right. Choose calm over winning arguments. It's way more freeing. 4. Don't let others' words define your worth. Your value is yours, not up for debate. 5. Protect your energy with boundaries. Say no to what drains you so you can say yes to yourself. 6. Detach from others' opinions. Live for your values, not their approval. 7. Respond with silence, not anger. Silence is a power move that keeps you in control. 8. Use gratitude to dissolve anger. Shift your focus to what's good and watch frustration fade. 9. Reframe criticism as a tool for growth. Feedback, even harsh, can be a stepping stone to better. 10. Master the art of letting go. Release what you can't control to make space for peace. These lessons aren't just ideas. They're tools you can use every single day to build resilience, protect your peace, and take charge of your reactions. Emotional mastery isn't about shutting down your feelings or becoming cold. It's about responding to life with clarity, strength, and intention. The power to stay calm and centered is all in your hands. Call to action. Keep growing, stay unbothered. As you move forward, take these lessons with you. Practice pausing before you react, setting boundaries that honor your energy, and letting go of what doesn't serve you. Every time you choose peace over anger, you're one step closer to living a life that's unshakable. If this video resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend who might need a little extra calm in their life. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with your own tips or stories about staying unbothered. What's worked for you? Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for watching and being part of this journey. Emotional freedom isn't a one-time thing. It's a practice. So keep showing up for yourself, stay mindful, and keep growing stronger every day. Until next time, take care and stay unbothered. Bonus tips: making emotional mastery a daily practice. We've covered the 10 core lessons, but let's wrap this up with some bonus tips to help you make these ideas a daily habit. Emotional freedom isn't something you just achieve and forget about. It's a practice you build into your life one moment at a time. These tips are all about keeping your peace front and center, so you can stay unbothered and in control, no matter what comes your way. Let's dive in. Tip 1. Start your day with intention. One of the best ways to set yourself up for emotional mastery is to start your day with a clear mindset. Take a few minutes each morning to ground yourself. Maybe it's a quick meditation, a moment of deep breathing, or just setting an intention like, today, I'm choosing peace over reaction. This primes your mind to handle challenges with clarity. For example, try writing down one thing you're grateful for or one way you'll protect your energy today. It's like putting on those noise-canceling headphones we talked about. Before the chaos of the day even starts, you're ready to stay calm. Tip 2. Create a trigger toolkit. We all have moments that test us. A rude comment, a stressful deadline, or someone cutting you off in traffic. Build a trigger toolkit for those moments. This could be as simple as a deep breathing exercise. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4. Or maybe it's a quick mental checklist. Pause, name the emotion, choose your response. You could even keep a note on your phone with reminders like, their words don't define me, or I choose peace. Having these tools ready makes it easier to stay in control when emotions run high. Tip 3. Reflect and reset at night. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, what went well today? Where did I let my emotions get the better of me? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about learning and growing. Jot down one win, like when you stayed calm during a tough moment, and one thing you do differently next time. This habit helps you track your progress and reinforces the mindset of emotional mastery. Plus, it's a great way to end your day feeling centered and ready for tomorrow. Tip 4. Surround yourself with positivity. Your environment matters. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, even the spaces you're in, they all influence your emotional state. Seek out people who lift you up and respect your boundaries. Curate your social media to include voices that inspire and motivate you, not ones that stress you out. When you're surrounded by positivity, it's easier to stay grounded and practice these lessons. Think of it like keeping your emotional cup full. You're less likely to spill when you're in a good space. Tip 5. Celebrate your progress. Finally, don't forget to celebrate yourself. Emotional mastery is a journey, and every step counts. Maybe you paused before reacting to a snarky comment, or you set a boundary without feeling guilty. Those are wins. Acknowledge them even if they feel small. Over time, these moments add up to a life where you're in control, not your emotions or anyone else. Treat yourself to something small. A favorite snack, a walk, or just a moment to say, I'm proud of myself. You're doing the work, and that's something worth celebrating. Final thoughts. Your unshakable life. These 10 lessons and bonus tips are your roadmap to emotional freedom. They're not about becoming someone who never feels anything. Anger, frustration, and hurt are part of being human. The goal is to feel those things without letting them run the show. Every time you choose to pause, reframe, or let go, you're building a life that's unshakable. You're saying, I'm in charge of my peace, and no one can take that from me. As you go out into the world, carry these tools with you. Practice them in the small moments. A rude stranger, a tough day, and watch how they transform the big ones. Emotional mastery is about showing up for yourself, again and again, with intention and strength. You've got this. If this series has helped you feel a little more in control, share it with someone who could use a boost. Maybe a friend who's been stressed or someone who needs a reminder of their own strength. And let's keep this conversation going. Drop a comment below with your favorite lesson or a moment when you stayed unbothered. I'd love to hear how you're making these ideas your own. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Keep practicing, keep growing, and most importantly, keep protecting your peace. Until next time, stay strong, stay calm, and stay unbothered.